Now then, somewhat similar to the last clip where we stressed with red flashing alarm signs, these exact ones actually, well they're back. Because in this next step we're going to cycle our console and swarm manager containers now that we've switched everything to TLS. Now look, I know these two containers have probably come back up seeing as how we started them with the restart unless stopped flag, but we're going to need to make a tweak or two to them, at least to the swarm manager we do. And you know what? Cycle's probably not the right word, because rather than stop and restart the existing containers, we're just going to blow them away and start brand new ones. So yes, here's our real world production systems warning again. The things we're about to do in this clip will take potentially live services out of play. But here's the deal. In fact, actually, let's check this. Oh, hey, quick test. Should I hit return here? Uh-oh. That's a bit worrying. Under normal circumstances, yeah, probably. But let's not forget, in the last step, we just reconfigured all of our Docker daemons to 1. Only listen on the network on port 2376, and 2. Only accept signed commands. Well, this command here, it's neither sent to the network, nor is it signed with TLS, so no surprise it's bombed like this. So, yeah, how about we grab the flags from here, go Docker, paste them in, so this time telling Docker, yeah, hit the network socket and use TLS, and then PS, so yeah, I know, a bit long and ugly, but it should work. Oh, I know what that is. I need to change this here to manager 1 or its IP. Yeah, that's better. And yeah, our console and swarm manager containers have automatically come back up. But here's the deal, right? Okay, console's probably fine. You know, we're not bothered about securing that since it's not massively in scope for us. But see these ports here for our swarm manager? Well, they're not going to cut it for us in the world of TLS. So while the Docker engine daemon has faithfully restarted this container for us, it's actually of no use to us anymore. So we'll kill it, in fact we'll kill both of them and start out clean. So in order to get rid of them, let's repurpose this command. Go stop, and it's manager 1 and console 1. Okay, this time same again, but really get rid of them this time. Run that world's longest Docker PS command again. And they're gone. Okay, so we'll use this command here to start a new console server. Now, it's exactly the same as before, only this time we've added the network and TLS flags so that our daemon accepts the command. Oh, and it's fine just to join the existing raft quorum, right? We don't need to start a new one with the bootstrap expect 3 option. But let's run that PS again. Okay, looks good. Now, for the swarm manager container. Now that is what I call a proper command. So let's pass through it. We've got the now obligatory network and TLS flags, right, making sure that the local engine daemon is going to accept the command. Then we've got a restart policy, we're giving it a name inside and outside of the container, running it detached, mapping 3376 on the host to 2376 inside of the container, and then this here, this is how we get the certs inside of the container. So, mounting the local certs that manager 1 here is using, so from home ubuntu.docker into the container as a volume mounted at /certs inside the container. Meaning, yeah, in the lab here, the swarm manager container is using the same certs as the host that we're on, manager 1. And then it's mounting them as read-only, seeing as it doesn't need to modify them. Then we're using the swarm image, telling the entry point command to run with the manage flag, and here we're telling the container which TLS options it should use and where to find its certs. So notice, right, the paths here are to the volume that we just mounted into the container at /certs back here. Anyway, then we're saying listen on the network on 2376, telling it it's going to be part of a multi-manager setup, advertise this address here to the discovery service, and speaking of which, here is the discovery service. And oh my goodness, that is one beast of a command right there. Look, I mean, obviously, I eat commands like that for breakfast, teach them to my kids every day. But no, seriously, that is a whopper of a command, and you're going to need to check, and triple check when running it yourself. And expect a typo, or 2, or 3. Never mind though, seeing as how I obviously prepared this one earlier, it should work. Whew, you never know. Looks good, but we definitely want to check. Heck yeah, we are in business. Now obviously, there's 2 other managers that need the same operation, but we've seen how to do it here. We stopped and removed the existing console and swarm containers, and we started fresh ones. Console was the same, and we probably didn't even need to do it, but I'm a clean freak, and you know what, that pays in the real world in my opinion. But the swarm manager container, because we locked that down with TLS, we needed to amend a few startup flags, basically telling it to use TLS, where to find its keys, and making sure it was operating on secured ports rather than the standard non-secured ones. And that's it for the managers, right? I'll do the other 2 in the background, and if you're following along, here is probably a good place to pause the video and cry. I mean, no, do all of this on your own managers, and then pick back up with us when you're done. Okay, now, you'll also want to restart the swarm join containers on the nodes. And you can do that with this command here. And the things to note, right, obviously, yeah, send the command to the local host on the secured network port and obviously list the TLS flags and keys. But then, you're going to want to advertise the secured network port. This will make sure that it goes away and registers the correct port with the cluster so that swarm managers can talk back to it using this port rather than trying and failing on 2375. And of course, customize it for each node, right? But with that, I'll go away and do the rest of the managers and nodes, and I'll see you shortly in the next clip. But seriously, we are getting close.